Don't you wish you could step back in time where things were a little bit simpler, where people are friendly, horses running around, people have time, they talk to you? Well, maybe you'd like to come here. I'm Dennis from Groove Art. I make music while wandering the world. Please check the links below for some original music. I currently have 3 songs up there, which you can check out. Please check them out. Let me know what you think. I'm here in Cabo de Santos Agostinho in the northeast part of Brazil, where it's currently a few weeks away from winter. Can you believe it or not? It's about 30 degrees here. It's just before noon, and this is what winter looks like when you're approaching it from this point. I've been here not very long, and I'm not actually going to stay here that long, but I am so impressed by the beauty just of this little area here, of my little world, particularly this beach, which is very unique in that you can see there is a breakwater. I'm going to see if I can go across this water with the drone. If I lose the drone, that'll be the end of this whole video, because I have to make it across that channel. And if the drone goes down, that's the end of the whole show. I don't know how deep this is at this point. It was, I actually crossed this piece of water, this area earlier today, and the tide was further out. And now it has, and I was able to walk across here, and there's just a little stream of water coming through, but now, as you can see, it's about a foot deep. I'm worried about my drone. If it goes in the water, it's done. So we're gonna get across this little channel here. I'm almost through, but the drone's gotta follow me. All right. Okay, I made it to dry land. This tide is coming in. And the drone is officially safe. So the tide comes in here. It's a long, I don't know what to say. It's a long distance that the tide comes in, and you can see that there's this big piece of coral that runs, I don't know, kilometers up and down, that breaks all the rough water way out in the ocean, way offshore. And so there is lots of pools, very shallow pools of water that come in, and people enjoy the water there. And of course, when the tide's out, it again, people are enjoying the textured sand. I tried to take this video earlier today when it was all this area here was exposed and beautiful, but I didn't have clear blue sky, which I like to shoot in. I don't like shooting with gray skies. It doesn't do anybody any favors, I don't think, even though that's reality. Here are the weather during the winter. Autumn winter is mostly just going to be about the same temperature as during the summer, but there'll be a lot more rain and cloud, which is what I've experienced. So as I said, the people here are really friendly, almost to a fault, my fault actually. So what I mean by that is I speak some Portuguese. I have about an intermediate level of Portuguese, which means I can kind of sit down one-on-one and have a pretty good conversation. I'll make some mistakes. But when people hear that I can understand and speak, they will assume that I'm fluent. And sometimes, yeah, and so they'll just talk to me and continue on, and it'll take me, I might not understand everything. And it gets to be a little awkward after a while when people are talking to me and I don't actually know. Outra vez? Cada bateria, como no, 7 minutos, algo así. Sí. Sí, tenho outra com mais grande.
Não, é não. Até a mãe é maior que o corpo inteiro.
Esse bom porque me siga muito bom. Sim, sim. Sim, está promulgado aqui. Obrigado. Boa tarde. I don't know if it caught that. But that's a good example of people coming up and chatting. They're just kind of interested. That conversation I mostly understood because it was in context, which is kind of my point. I'm flying a drone. They find it kind of interesting, so they come up and chat with you a little bit. But sometimes they'll come up and chat, and the conversation will continue on, and they'll get to a point where I don't know. I've stopped following them. So I think some people, especially the kind of the caretaker in the apartment I'm staying in, she probably thinks I'm a little strange because I kind of politely try to stay out of her way just because she loves to chat, and I actually don't understand her. My Portuguese is kind of a Sao Paulo. I wouldn't go as far as to say that I have an accent, but the mannerisms and the isms for my speech is Sao Paulo. I'm in the Northeast, and they have a slightly different, I guess, different way of saying things and a different accent. So it's a little hard for me. So the people are friendly here. Just as I was coming out to fly my other drone, I had another gentleman run up to me and kind of tell me how old he was, I think, again, not understanding 100%. I've been doing this, he was saying I've been doing this for 40 years or something, but he was chopping down coconuts from a tree. And he basically insisted to give me one. I had to kind of impolitely decline, which is not what you do here in Brazil. But I had to decline. I had my hands full. I needed my hands for flying drones, and I'm working between weather. So today it was kind of raining earlier, and I was out on the beach. And by the time I wanted to get my drone out, this gentleman, he was halfway up, or he was halfway up a tree. He ran down to offer me a coconut, and I had to refuse. And that's, again, as I say, that's not what you do here in Brazil. You accept hospitality. So do as I say, not as I do. But as you see here, it's just beautiful. I came here, and as usual, I'm writing music. But this place kind of arrested me. I just couldn't. I couldn't actually sit down and truly work. So I did some guitar practice. I did a little bit of composing, but nothing serious. Never a waste of time, because it's always a balance of enjoying where you are and enjoying life, and working on your priorities. So I decided to take pretty well most of the week off in terms of composing. Always thinking about music and thinking through ideas, but just no hardcore sitting down and actually getting a melody written or chord progressions or anything like that. I did my usual bike riding. There is a beautiful bike. The bike paths here are really nice. It's this bairro, which is neighborhood. I gotta read this because it's hard for me to pronounce this, but it's I'm staying in Ciadas dos Corais, which I don't know what the first word means, but the second word is coral. So it's something of coral. This is the neighborhood I'm staying in. And it's very, very laid back here. It's kind of an everybody knows everybody type of feel. And as I was saying, they have a really nice bike path, but the city's a little bit kind of, it's growing in some parts. So what I'm saying is a bike path may just end. But that's kind of how it is in Brazil. But I really enjoyed the bike path. So there's a bike path. It doesn't actually run right by the water. It runs kind of further inside, and you can kind of see peekaboos of the water every now and then. There's a great viewpoint. I'm going to say 5 kilometers from here, which I really enjoyed. Spent a couple hours there just enjoying the view, and you can see what it looks like here. So biking is great. Very little traffic. Very little traffic in the bike path. Not like Rio, where there's people, everybody, anyone with a pair of legs, they're in the bike path. Here the bike path is almost all yours. So a couple of gentle hills to go up and down, but other than that, really enjoyed the biking. So I was able to do a lot of things that I like to do. Just practicing with this as my view. This was my view as I'm practicing, going through my guitar and working out a couple of little musical ideas. But this is what I had to kind of deal with. You can't blame me for not wanting to do any true work when I have this at my doorstep. So I guess what I'm saying is I came here and I didn't intentionally know I came here, I didn't know what to really expect. I didn't really spend a lot of time researching before I came here. So it's kind of it's a beautiful surprise and really enjoying it here. But I found that I was able to very easily unplug and just kind of disconnect and think about life and think about those things that are important. And this is a place to do it. That about wraps it up for me. I will see you in the next one. I'm Dennis from Groove Art. I make music while wandering the world, beautiful places like this. Again, please have a listen to my music in the links below. There's 3 songs there. One just got released a couple days ago. So please check that out, and I'd love to hear some comments about your thoughts on some of that music there. And until then, see you in the next one. Bye for now.